I don't reckon much of the cocktails in this joint.
Sophie reckoned that if I could get the court case adjourned, it'd buy us a bit of time. She said I should make myself sick.
Well, a silk-cut shandy'll do it, I reckon. I'm guessing you didn't learn that trick in the Lord Mayor's chambers.
No, one of the other girls put me onto it.
A lot easier to suggest than to swallow. And believe me, I am not a fussy drinker.
Well, I'm not looking forward to it. You don't think this'll make things worse for me, do you? That they'll see through it?
I don't think things can get much worse. So I don't fancy chundering all over my new cell.
What, you're moving in here?
For my own good. I was in with Marcia, but she kept offering me something to take the edge off. I mean, she meant well, but that is the last thing I needed, so I asked to be moved. Still, hopefully you won't have to put up with us for too long.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere soon. I'm not really cut out for all this, and I don't want to fiddle the system. I'll be lowering myself to Duncan's level.
But that's exactly what you need to do. It's a limbo contest, is this. If he goes low, you have got to go even lower. You've got to play him at his own game.
Yeah, well, that's what Sophie reckoned, but how? I mean, I did think about bashing my head against a wall. I've had plenty of practice while I've been here, but I can't. I mean, I'm not that kind of person.
Oh, I'm exactly that kind of person, luckily for you, so you lay there and play dead. Help! God, somebody! Somebody's here! Help! They didn't keep you in? Must be losing me touch.
Trust me, you haven't. Did you have to belt me quite so hard?
If it were anybody else, I'd have kicked him in the guts. For authenticity, like. As long as Tim understands.
Tim will never know. Well, not yet. Oh, I hate lying to him.
Did they adjourn the trial?
God willing, that CCTV's going to come through.
Fingers crossed. Although I won't, if it's all the same to you. When people say you're hard-faced, they're not kidding.
Do you know, I really appreciate what you did.
Well, that's the first time I've been thanked for a smack in the gob.
Well, you were looking out for me. Nice to have a friendly face around here. There's not been that many lately.
Don't worry. You won't be messed with now.
Have you been to prison a lot?
Well, if there was a loyalty scheme, I would be a gold member.
So what you back in for this time?
2 words. Tracy Barlow. Right, to take their out for it. This is no place for Seb.
Well, I don't know. Some teenage lads might enjoy women's prison.
Oh, there is that.
Any mother would have done the same.
Well, at least I did right by my kids for once.
You'd be a great mum if only you let yourself.
It's not about letting myself. It's down to social services, and that ship has well and truly sailed.
I mean, if you told them about what really happened at the garage, at the florist...
Nobody's telling anyone anything, especially about the florists.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's your call, but if they knew the full situation, I'm sure they'd go easy on Seb. If those twins were my kids...
You'd want what's best for them.
And isn't that being with the mum?
They've got a mum. A better one than I'll ever be. Do you fancy a game of pool?
Never played.
What are you looking at if you're found guilty?
3, 4 years.
Well, in that case, it's about time you learned. Come on.
Do you know, I used to watch snooker in the 80s. I had this real thing about Cliff Thorburn. He had a touch that was very similar to Kevin's.